This is, I'd say this one's a little impromptu, guys. Welcome to Try Takes, season 2. Are we on episode 4? That's crazy. Honestly, we were planning on recording tomorrow, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. The NBA trade deadline happened. Luke, this is your idea.
Yeah, this is a double Try Takes weekend.
Double feature.
Today, I'm sure we'll get this up right away, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna start. We're post it immediately.
Yeah, and then tomorrow we'll get a little football episode.
Yep. And
so this is exciting.
Sam is here. Sam.
Yeah. So, trade deadline is whack. What did you say? It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of
a little bit crazy.
Lit crazy movie, I'd say.
Yeah, crazy lit movie.
You know,
Trade deadline.
you know what my favorite part was? I was in bed and I hear like your guys' room like rumble, and I checked my phone. I checked my phone. Katie.
I know. I was jumping around. We were just talking and playing Madden, and yeah.
I don't think. When's the last time an NBA trade like that had a substantial culture shock?
Well, this is the best NBA trade deadline of all time.
Wow.
No doubt.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's so rare that superstars get traded like they were, and just all the trades that happened.
Yeah, not just superstars, just in general. You said 20 trades total?
Something like that,
yeah. Yeah, I can't remember a trade like this, or a trade deadline like this. I can't remember a single trade like this in really a while. I'm like, honestly, this is right. This is on par with that offseason Kyrie trade. I think that was a really crazy one that no one saw coming. Obviously, like, it's just crazy. We're not going to cover everything today. We're just going to, for an hour, we're giving everyone our winners and losers. We're going to talk the big ones, the big kahunas, which involves the Brooklyn Nets, which is funny because we posted an episode or we recorded the day before Kyrie got traded, which started everything. It's very rare a trade like that starts everything. So, why don't we all go around and
what? Darius Bazley's on the Suns.
Yeah, he got traded.
Yeah,
that was one of the trades.
I'm gonna actually sneak peek. I saw that and was a little shocked because I was a little worried about the Suns bench rotation after making that trade, after getting rid of McCall. Just like, what do they have if you have a roster?
They got rid of all of their forward depth. They got rid of Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges, and Cam Johnson.
Right.
But we'll get to that later.
I think, do you want to start by talking Kyrie?
Well, first I want to talk buyout market. So with all the trades going on, there's been a huge influx of buyout candidates. So, buyouts are really for older players who have really big contracts, or teams that are generally just looking to start young and not have these veteran players. So just really quick, some of the buyout candidates are John Wall, who was traded from the Clippers to the Rockets. Russell Westbrook, who was traded from the Lakers to the Jazz, although reports did come out that he has shown a willingness to play on the Jazz. So we will see how that goes. I think he will be coming off the bench there as well. Reggie Jackson traded from Clippers to Hornets, a really good one. That's one to look out for. Patrick Beverley, who was traded from the Lakers to the Magic. This article I'm reading says Hornets, but that's not true.
Bev's going to get bought out?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so, because they're going young. They don't need him.
Yeah, that's a
really.
good point.
Terrence Ross might get a buyout. A good shooter. Will Barton will get a buyout from the Wizards. Serge Ibaka is getting waived by the Pacers. Dwayne Dedmon's getting waived by the Spurs. Don't know if anyone will pick him up, but we'll see. I know Danny Green is also one of the guys to look out for. I know the Boston Celtics have shown interest in him, which is, why I
Love
know
that.
that he's getting bought out. So buyout, is super important for teams looking to add some bet pieces. I know John Wall will probably get a contract. Reggie Jackson will probably get a contract. Serge Ibaka, I'm sure, will get a contract. These guys are pretty good. This is a pretty good buyout market. But I don't know. Some careers might end. Dwayne Dedman might retire. Terrence Ross might retire, which I don't think he will. He is a very good shooter to have. He's not having a great season, but whatever. But yeah. So a lot of the trades are going to be resulting in buyout. One name that I will say I want to talk a little bit more in depth about is Russell Westbrook, who, if he were to get bought out, would probably go to a team like the Heat, or maybe even back to the Lakers, although they don't need him because the Lakers are looking to extend D'Angelo Russell, which also ends potential Kyrie signing in the offseason, which is very interesting. And we talked about this a little bit, and we'll talk about the trade. But just right off the bat, I like that D'Lo trade to the Lakers. But that's the buyouts. That's just something to get out of the way quickly.
Sam,
as trades,
as someone that loved the Lakers experiment, actually, there's a few things I want you to talk about. How does it feel that that's done? And my second thing is, how do you feel for John Wall right now?
So, for the Lakers, I mean, the Lakers experience, I thought was interesting with Russ and Pat Bev, but obviously that's come to a close. It sucks because I really like Russ. I really like Pat Bev, but for the Lakers, I mean, they have a good team now with D'Lo. D'Lo definitely makes it better. Also, Mo Bamba coming over.
Jared Vanderbilt,
Malik Beasley. Those guys coming over are really good depth pieces for them to have, and I think that was a really good move, really smart trade that the Lakers made. They don't really usually make smart trades, but hey, they did it. And John Wall, I love John Wall. John Wall is one of my favorite point guards ever. He's a monster. I love John Wall. Prime John Wall is one of the best players to watch, I think, in the NBA. One of my favorite players to watch. And it sucks that, his career is kind of going downhill now, and this is how his career is going, especially with everything that's gone on with him. But if he gets bought out, I don't know what team would pick him up.
Yeah, I struggle with that too. I love John Wall. Talk about electric guard. It really sucks that he could have been traded and bought out by any team, and he got traded back to Houston, which is just like almost feels a little disrespectful. Obviously, the Clippers, they're just trying to make money moves. They got Eric Gordon back, which underrated move. I really like that one. As someone that always kind of partially roots for the Clippers. Partially, I'm not like a Clippers fan. I'm always like, oh, I hope to do well.
I personally think John Wall could go to any team that is looking for a veteran presence. So any of these young teams, maybe like Memphis, or he calls it quits. He calls it a career.
I want him to go to a contender. I would love if John Wall.
That would be cool.
By the Suns.
That would be cool. I mean,
speaking of buyout market and the Suns, Reggie Jackson is a name to look out for on the Suns.
That would be such a good fit.
I love Reggie
Jackson. Yeah,
Mr. October.
Yeah, man, Clippers are just like a whole different feel now. But something else that's interesting is Westbrook. That is they're gonna, if they want him to play, could they restructure his contract? Like, that is a lot of money. I mean, I guess they have the spaces here, right? They're not really obviously they're not going to make the finals or anything. I mean, like the whole point of these buyouts is to save, right, for these younger teams to save money. So dump some cap. It's just having a salary cap, which my main sport is baseball. So it's just like really interesting, like the difference between a free market and the NBA, which is I'm not really familiar with buyouts too well. Luke, obviously you are. It's just like something I'm unfamiliar with, but it is really interesting because like every trade has some sort of motive. Like all those weird three-way trades, like the ones that look like the losers sometimes aren't, just because they're trying to save money and they got a good young future. So
I mean, sometimes it's clear who the winners and the losers are,
sure.
like in the Rudy Gobert trade.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But I mean, looking at so I guess we can just move on to like the trades now.
Yeah. Before we get in the winners and losers, we can just go back to like general talk and then
Yeah. So this first trade I want to talk about, since we're on the topic of it, is the three-way trade between the Lakers, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Utah Jazz. The Lakers received D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, all three fantastic rotational starting pieces that the
Yes, sir.
Lakers desperately needed. I think that's a great trade for the Lakers. Minnesota receives Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 3 second round picks, 2 from the Jazz, 1 from the Lakers. I think that is an okay get for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley's having a down season, but D'Lo wanted to not be there, so I think that if you talk about level point guards, I think Mike Conley and D'Angelo Russell are kind of on the same playing field. And then Utah receives Russell Westbrook, Juan Toscano Anderson, Damian Jones, and a Lakers first round pick in 2027. That's fine. I think it was really for the pick.
Yeah.
Damian Jones and Juan Toscano Anderson. I mean, I don't think they have too much of a future in the league. I could be wrong in saying that.
Where was this to? Who got these? Was this to the
This
Wolves?
is Utah.
Or,
This is Utah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there are look how many picks they already have, right? So
yeah, I mean Westbrook is great. I still don't believe that he is washed. I think that it's hard to play with the greatest player of all time, which is another thing. LeBron breaking the record.
Oh shit, we didn't even talk about that.
But yeah, solidifies him as the greatest of all time. But anyway,
I think it's funny because like usually I feel like people don't all agree on that. We all agree on that.
he's been the GOAT.
Yeah.
But I mean Westbrook, I think can play well. I think he'll play well for the Jazz. I don't know what his role is going to be. For the sake of my fantasy team, I really hope he's coming off the bench and that Colin Sexton will start for them. But I mean, we'll have to see.
Look, the bottom line is that to start the year, the Los Angeles Lakers had some of the worst shooting numbers in the first month in NBA history. Now that's improved, and it has been steadily improving. And Westbrook really was trying to fit in, and he was. He was comfortable with the bench role, which he was great at, by the way. Any bench player that's putting like 15, 8, and 8 any given night, I want that on my team. I just want like someone that can dish the ball out to everyone, make the bench a little better. And that's what he did. The problem with the Lakers bench is they don't have that depth for Russ to they didn't have the depth for Russ to like really power them up, and now with these 3 guys going and Westbrook out, like I think everything's changed, Getting Mo Bamba to back up AD is, Mo Bamba is known for the name, but
actually, Mo Bamba's starting, I think.
Really?
Not over AD, but
like
AD
move AD back to 4.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So the Lakers need a center, but yeah, I mean, I think AD is probably. I mean, AD's great at both positions, but he's probably a little more comfortable in the 4.
Yeah.
So
is Damian Jones their backup?
No, he just got traded.
He actually got traded. Yeah.
Oh, what?
He's part of the deal.
Didn't they sign another center?
Well, they traded Thomas. They traded Thomas Bryant too.
Oh, wow.
Then what are they doing?
Let me pull up their depth chart.
Their backup is Wenyen Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, So in the on the ESPN depth chart, which I don't know how much we can trust this. D'Lo, Malik Beasley, LeBron, Hachimura, Anthony Davis. I don't know, like LeBron at 3 again. He could play 3 or 4 or any position. So, and then on the bench you got Schroeder, Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, Vanderbilt, Mo Bamba. So,
I think there was a different one that I saw that had LeBron's only backup as Max Christie. I don't know if that is still the case.
he's really far down the list on the ESPN depth. He's in the 5th rotation on the ESPN depth chart, but again, like who knows what Darvin Ham's going to do. So,
Yeah.
And that rotation is with, I mean, Max Christie, he's a guard, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, I really think the only winner of this trade are the Lakers. I
yeah.
don't think that the Timberwolves or the Jazz got any better.
Mm-hmm.
They surely didn't get any worse, but they didn't get any better. The Lakers surely got better without giving up too much.
Yeah. This might be a hot take. I'm not completely sold on the Lakers yet. And look, yes, their roster up and down has improved. I would like to see how this new roster functions. You know, D'Lo getting a third scorer in D'Lo is great, and also it's also really cool to see D'Lo back in purple and gold. I really never saw him play for LA. I really I became a fan of him when he played for Brooklyn. But you know, I'm not sold because the Lakers look like, even LeBron said, a healthy rotation, and they're without all these trades, and he's think they could go to the finals. That wasn't true. I don't know if this is true. There are 6 games under 500, so we'll see. I'd like to see how they play. I'm going to watch them very closely the next few weeks and see how they play.
I think they will make the playoffs. I think D'Angelo Russell, he's in his 26-year-old season. He's playing very well. He's averaging 17, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. I think that's really versatile. That's really good. I actually think Russ is actually averaging more in terms of assists and rebounds, but
Shooting.
he's going to. He's going to.
Yeah, and shooting. Like that's what they wanted.
They got a young guy that they're probably going to extend. And yeah, I think D'Angelo Russell's very good future piece.
Is he still playing on that Warriors extension?
Oh my God,
I think he got extension with the Timberwolves, or his contract's expiring.
Talk about failed experiment. D'Lo and the Warriors.
Yeah.
That was a fever.
Well, that was the Kevin Durant trade.
Yeah. That was wild. Man. But yeah, I like I said, I'm not sold on them yet. I do see him making the playoffs, but something we also have to talk about is the West. And John Morant is eating his words because, my God, the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, Sam. Yeah, he's still on that Brooklyn contract.
Okay.
So he's an unrestricted free agent this year. So he's on an expiring contract.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting. Okay. But the Phoenix Suns. Wow.
CP3. I want CP3 to get a ring so badly, and this is his opportunity to get a ring. Like the best opportunity he's had. I really hope something comes of it. Just don't start him in the finals or the playoffs, please. He's gonna blow it.
I mean,
he's 2 years sober of his addiction to the finals.
Yeah.
This is their year. This is the Suns' year. It might have been their year 2 years ago, but this is their year. This is a crazy roster. I sneak peek. This is my winner. As far as the winners and losers of this deadline, I was a little worried about. Do you want to just get into our winners and losers?
No, because we haven't talked about everything yet.
Okay. I was a little worried about the Suns bench again. Like I was just looking up and down. It's like physically do not understand how they swindled. And I mean, obviously they gave up a lot of picks, but they kept Ayton, CP3, Devin Booker, which was easily the key in this trade. They could have done anything, and as long as they keep those three with like a half decent bench, I mean, they're a top 3 team in the West for sure, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it was a great trade. Although I think that Brooklyn is the winner in the trade. I'll just say that. Brooklyn, what did they get? They got Mikal Bridges has never missed a game in his NBA career except
wild.
for the one yesterday because he got traded. So technically,
Doesn't count.
actually, I don't know if he's never missed a game, but he's gone 365 games that he has played straight.
That's crazy.
That is unreal. They got
And he's a great player.
Cam Johnson, great off the bench. Jay Crowder, he's not there anymore. But they got 4 first-round picks and a 2028 pick swap. The future is very, very bright in Brooklyn. And they don't even have a bad team. They played a very great game yesterday, and they won. And I think that I think they will still make the playoffs. I don't think they'll make it out the first round, but they're a very, very good team. They have a defensive player of the year candidate in Nick Claxton, who's only going to get better.
Yep.
They have Spencer Dinwiddie, who wants to be back in Brooklyn. Ben Simmons, who has looked extremely confident. He took
a 3. He took a 3 yesterday.
The training wheels have come off. The rust is off. He is no longer scared to play behind these superstars. It is his team. This is his moment to shine. This is the situation he wanted. They have a very, very, very promising future. Now, going on to the Suns, they got Kevin Durant, who was in MVP talks before he got hurt. But they have Devin Booker, Chris Paul, who, sure, he's on the back end of his career. He's probably winding down a little bit, but he's still the point guard. Don't get it twisted. They got DeAndre Ayton, who doesn't want to be there, but that's neither here nor there. And now they have Kevin Durant. They also have Darius Bazley, who's a good young forward.
Mm-hmm. And Damian Lee, Saban Lee.
They don't have Saban Lee, I don't think.
No, they do.
I thought Saban Lee was on the Pistons.
I thought they had
Last time I checked, he was on the Pistons. Yeah, he's on the Pistons. Oh, no, he's on the Suns.
Yeah, he's on the Suns.
Since when?
Was that a trade?
Probably not.
He signed a 10-day.
Oh.
And then
Suns allow point guard.
Bro, did you say Saban Lee is one of their
they listed it,
and he's on a 10-day contract?
Buddy
does not know ball.
I don't know ball.
I'm just kidding.
I was just naming every single bench player they have.
I have Landry Shamet, I think, still.
Shamet? What the bucket?
I'm not looking at anything right now, but yeah, so I mean they're
TJ
good.
Warren.
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
Everything depends on their health.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker went out with injury this year. Kevin Durant has gone out with injury this year. DeAndre Ayton is still currently hurt. He's gone out a couple times this year with an ankle injury. And Chris Paul is pretty injury prone, if my memory serves me right.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's got to be perfect for them to win. Now, I might be saying this because I'm biased, but I still think that the Boston Celtics are going to be this year's champion. And if not them, it's going to be the Milwaukee Bucks, who got better with, speaking of former Celtic and Sun, Jay Crowder. Who just got traded there. I think that's a very good piece for them, where they have struggled in depth just a little bit. They've also struggled with injury, with Chris Middleton being out a lot of this season, but he's been back steadily and slowly and whatever. But Jay Crowder is really good for them. So Milwaukee certainly has the tools. Boston certainly has the tools. The Suns certainly have the tools.
I could see Pat Bev or John Wall signing with the Bucks.
I could totally see Pat Bev signing with the Bucks.
Yeah,
for sure.
John Wall's more of a hope, but Pat Bev.
Yeah,
Pat Bev on that. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say
Bev's defense is still very valuable.
I mean, if you have a backcourt rotation of Patrick Beverly and Drew Holiday, you'll be just fine in terms of that defense.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah.
I saw. Just one because Matisse Thybulle got traded. I don't remember where. Portland. So I just saw this video before we started recording of there's a mural of Matisse in Philly, and he went and spray painted "Thank You" and signed it and put his signature under it.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll find the video to send to you guys, but it's really cool.
That's like the most creative thank you video ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I want to bring up because you mentioned.
Why did they have a mural?
I don't know.
It's just odd play to have murals.
Just to bring up what Luke said about him thinking Brooklyn winning. I'm going to list off the picks they have for the next 6 years. 2023, they have 3 first currently. 3. They have no second. 3 first. Yeah.
This year?
Mm-hmm. They got one.
With this class.
I dead ass 3.
Wow, man. That's.
Let me cook. They got none in 2024. No picks. Those all went in the Harden deal. They got not the Harden deal. I don't actually know where those went. Or maybe it was Harden.
What? They
I
Rockets have all their picks.
Oh yeah. So they actually replenished their 2025 picks because they didn't have one because of the Harden deal, and now it's back. So they have a first and a second in 2025. 2026 they only have 1 second. 2027 2 firsts, 1 second. 2028 potentially 2 firsts, 1 second. 2029 3 firsts, 2 second. I mean that's wild. With the roster they have, which you mentioned, like Dinwiddie, they got
Bridges.
They got everyone. Mikal Bridges. They got everyone from that.
They have Dorian Finney-Smith too.
Dorian, who's fine, right?
He's very good.
I'm really trying to find a way to keep defending the Suns that they won this deal. But you're right; it does all depend on health. However, the last time KD got put on a roster this strong, with this many pieces that are supposed to play in their specific roles, obviously, the Suns don't have Steph Curry, but they have Devin Booker, who is great.
Yeah,
I think the Suns, they need to win. They need to win this year. So, Sam,
I don't
Sam,
know if you guys
you're a
saw.
Suns fan, so I want to hear your.
I'm not a Suns fan.
I would call you a Sun or just a.
I love
CP3
CP3 and Devin Booker. I mean, I think this. Obviously, if KD's healthy, it makes the team so much better and an insane contender. But health is just the biggest thing with the Suns. I mean, like you said, if they're healthy, finals. If they're not all healthy, then who knows where they're going to go.
With the volatility of the West right now. But
yeah,
Luke.
Yeah, I just wanted to I don't actually remember what I was gonna say. Oh, the All-Star replacements. I don't know if you guys saw. So Pascal Siakam is playing because Kevin Durant is not, which means Joel Embiid goes up to a starter. And De'Aaron Fox and Anthony Edwards both made it.
Finally, fine. I mean, more or less, good for Anthony Edwards, but De'Aaron Fox has been a long time coming.
Most clutch player in the NBA this year.
Yeah,
he'll probably win that new award.
Also disrespected. He should have been an All-Star reserve to start.
Yeah, he should have been there to begin with.
I agree.
But the West is so strong.
But I actually also think that Jaylen Brown might not play, which would mean James Harden becomes an All-Star.
Another deserved. So
yeah,
I'm fine with. Obviously, I'm not fine with Jaylen Brown being injured.
Well, we're not sure. He hasn't been taken out yet, so we'll see.
Yeah. What was it? What was his injury?
Facial contusion.
JB with the mask on?
Yeah, he got elbowed by Tatum on a rebound.
Yeah, I saw the play. Yeah. Oh, now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So moving right along, keeping in the West, the Dallas Mavericks get Kyrie Irving
What the fuck?
for a bag of chips and a banana. Just kidding.
No, what? They got Dinwiddie and
You got Dinwiddie and Doe and
the
Dorian
2029
Finney-Smith
pick.
and the 2029 pick and a couple seconds.
All I'm saying, the
it's fine.
2030 Nets, watch out. like they got so many. I mean, they're not going to keep all these picks, but Jesus, like they could do whatever the hell they want in that half decade. Same thing with it's going to be the Thunder and the Nets. It's going to be
the Jazz. The Jazz too.
Jazz. All three of those teams have so many picks. Like that's how you rebuild.
Yeah. The Mavs move doesn't do anything for me though. Like,
you get
Kyrie.
it's a fine.
Luka's still gonna dominate the team. He's still gonna be the face of the offense. Kyrie will just be there. It's just like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
I agree.
He's not gonna resign.
Well,
the last
actually,
time,
Sam, I want to raise you a question on that because D'Angelo Russell is now the point guard on the Lakers, and they are interested in re-signing him, which would be cheaper than Kyrie for, of course, less production. That's not a question. But do you think that the Mavericks could re-sign Kyrie?
I think they'd put an offer. I don't think Kyrie would resign now. I think Kyrie would go somewhere else.
Kyrie
I just don't see him staying on the Mavericks. I honestly, like I've said this before, I could honestly this offseason see Kyrie calling the cards.
I could see Kyrie signing with the Suns.
Here's the thing. I know we all already have a grudge against Kyrie, kinda, but I'm really just me and Luke. But in the nicest way possible, you cannot trust a single word out of his mouth. He looks comfortable already in Dallas. It's impossible to tell if he's actually going to stay. We have to see how he plays with Luka because the last time he said he was okay with not taking the final shot, his teammate was Kevin Durant. And how far did that go?
LeBron.
And before that, LeBron. So how far did those two go? I mean, obviously, like it changed. Kyrie got better with the Cavs, but then you give him Kevin Durant, and they don't make it that far. So, man, it's so hard to say because, like, honestly, like the Mavericks. I agree, Sam. Like their roster, it's not that impressive.
It's the same roster,
right?
Kyrie Irving.
It is, and like who they have starting. So it'd be Luka, Kyrie, Powell,
Josh Green, I think, and Christian Wood. No. Wait, I don't know. But either way, I mean, they don't have too much.
They don't have forwards. They don't have good like they have Powell. That's it. Like
Josh Green is really good.
Yeah. I just it doesn't do it for me.
They have Tim Hardaway Jr. as well.
I always forget about him.
They have Frank the Tank Ntilikina. Sam.
Shut up.
Speaking of Sam and Frank Ntilikina and the Knicks, Josh Hart.
I mean, it's a cool move because Jalen Brunson likes them. They play together. Josh Hart's good. Doesn't do much for me though. Like,
actually, it was really not to cut you off. Sorry, it was cute to see Brunson's reaction.
Yeah, he was at his Villanova retirement thingy.
Yeah,
but no, I like Josh Hart, but
I mean, I just think it's a good move. Like either way,
it's just a good depth piece. If anything, like
got rid of Cam Reddish, who didn't play. You know,
I didn't want to play.
Yeah.
So
trying to think.
Zion this offseason still. I'm still on that wave. We're gonna get Zion.
Really? Not Zach LaVine? Because that's more realistic.
I'd rather get Zion than Zach LaVine.
Because nobody wants LaVine's contract.
Why is he not?
A huge extension, right?
He got a really big contract. He hasn't been great this year.
I love Zach LaVine, and I want Zach LaVine to stay in Chicago because I think that's where he belongs.
He signed that
He's
contract.
the king of the fourth quarter.
He signed that contract before the DeMar season, right?
No, it's this offseason, I think.
Oh,
yeah, it was
really?
this year. Yeah.
How much? Can we get the deets on that?
It's probably like
Yeah, 1
40
sec.
plus a year.
That's crazy.
No, I doubt that. It's 40 plus a year.
That might be
Yeah.
true.
I
So
think
the
it could
Bulls
be.
really thought they had it.
It's 5 year, 215.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
43.
Yeah.
Well, quick math. Jesus.
So we've learned that Sam is really
sneaky
good at math.
Like,
I'm really good at
dude just did 3 times 5 in his head and combined it with I'm gonna stop talking now.
It's-
no. What I do is I did
No, yeah, go
it's
for
like
it.
by fives, like 225 divided by 5. That's 45. 215. That's just 10 less, and then 10 less.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think my mind. So 10
I
less.
don't know, dude.
5
You know,
years. 10 less. 10 divided by 5 is 2. You just subtract 2.
yeah.
Cool.
As
Cool,
they
man.
say in Philly,
I
I
don't
trust
know.
I trust the process.
Cool, man. All right. I mean, let's keep it rolling, right?
I'm trying to think what else. I had
James Wiseman, the new starting
Oh,
center for
Gary-
the Pistons.
also Gary
Is he
Trent.
starting?
Gary Trent didn't go anywhere. Sadiq Bey went to the Hawks.
Yeah, Gary Trent went somewhere.
No.
Jeffree Star's NFL man was revealed.
Sorry. Fucking
Taylor
who
Lewan.
the Warriors got?
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
I said that last night.
Yeah. I don't think I don't know what that means. I think it's just a collab.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant
Lewan.
I meant Gary Payton.
Oh, Gary Payton is back on the Warriors. That's
Yeah.
fine. He'll
Yeah,
sit on the bench.
it was last year.
Just like he did in Portland. Yeah, no, James Wiseman to the Pistons are a fantastic move. Hopefully, and I know Sam wants to see it. Hopefully his
He'll get
potential will
minutes.
be well, he's starting. So yeah.
What happened to Isaiah Stewart?
He's not good.
He's not.
Well,
No.
he's good, but he's not. He's more of a forward anyway.
Oh, okay.
He's shorter.
I've just been out of the loop with the Pistons, but I know because there's a guy I used to watch that is a Pistons fan, and he used to talk about Isaiah
Crispy
Stewart.
Flakes.
No.
Really? There's another Piston.
Motown Noah.
One of my friends is a Pistons fan, but anyway, so I mean that's good. They also have Marvin Bagley, which is good. I mean they're a good team. They have a really very 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 bright future. Also Sadiq Bey to the Hawks. It's a good move too.
What else? Oh, Jakob.
The Jakob Pertl to the Toronto Raptors. That's fine.
We'll talk about the Raptors later.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I mean that's a great deal. I'm kind of bummed the Celtics didn't get him, but they traded for Mike Muscala, who will be good for them shooting wise, which is kind of what they need.
I mean, what's his career average? Like 7 points a game.
I mean he went 6 for 10 the other night.
Hey, okay.
He had 16 points, and he's pretty good. He's the leader of a 3-point percentage for like a center, I think.
Yeah, look, my honorable mention for the Celtics for winners because they didn't need to make any moves. They just had to let all the other teams in the East do something, and man, the Nets do something. So,
I mean, the Nets weren't really ever a threat to the Celtics to begin with.
Well,
they always lost
10-0 streak, yeah.
So the Celtics own the Nets and also the Philadelphia 76ers.
Just the Bucks, man. That's the only team I'm worried about.
Any surprises, like any players that didn't get traded that you expected to get traded? I have a few. Zach LaVine is one. I definitely thought he was going to the Knicks.
OG
Anunoby was definitely one. I thought the
Yeah.
Warriors were going to scoop the Warriors or the Knicks. I thought they were going to scoop him up too.
I think Lakers conversation too before that trade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for like multiple picks.
Who else? I just had a name in mind. John Collins.
That was, dude.
John Collins, I think, will forever be a guy that's like trade bait, but never gets
He
moved.
could
Yeah.
not catch a break.
Buddy Hield, I think, was
years,
also in.
I wouldn't expect Buddy Hield to get traded. I thought he'd stay.
Yeah, I mean, but everyone that was like really reported to get traded, like, yeah, there was a lot of Jakob Poeltl buzz.
Yeah.
There's I can't remember like other. I mean, Kyrie demanded a trade, and that deal was going to get done.
And again, that started it all. I honestly, before he demanded that trade, I did not think we were going to get this great of an offseason or trade deadline. Sorry.
It was boring.
It was. I think we talked about it. Didn't someone go to the Spurs right before that? Was it Dwayne Dedmon?
Dwayne Dedmon went to the Spurs, but he's going to get bought out.
That was the only deal that happened before that, I think.
Or Rui Hachimura to the Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
But that wasn't in the like couple days leading up to the end of the deadline. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, there aren't really any others that I thought. Like, I thought Kelly Olynyk was going to get traded too.
Yeah.
I thought he was coming back to the C's.
I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think what else.
I hate Kelly Olynyk.
Were the Heat gonna do anything?
Kyle Lowry, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Kyle Lowry didn't get traded. I'm surprised Peyton Pritchard didn't get traded.
Yeah, that was a surprising one. I thought Pritchard was gone. He does have a lot of. He had a buzz. It was like some buzz too. So at least
he just doesn't want to. He just doesn't want to be on the Celtics. So
yeah, which sucks.
But, yeah, whatever.
We have.
He's fine.
Plenty of guards.
He's like a worse Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
Good point.
So I guess we can move on to our winners and losers now.
Yeah,
those are really all the deals that oh well, one thing to highlight is 5 seconds. There were like 4 deals that involved 5 second.
Yeah, well, that was weird. And I think didn't those same 5 seconds get traded? Like I think I'm like fairly confident like the 5 seconds were involved in 2 trades.
I think it was the Sadiq Bey. I think it was the Sadiq Bey one.
That was insane. I'm gonna look that up right now. 5 second round. It should come up pretty big. Yeah. 5 second round picks.
Also, one thing I want to bring up.
Jay Crowder. Oh. That was it. Yeah.
So a team offered 4 firsts to the Nets for Mikal Bridges. They could have gotten 8 firsts this trade deadline.
Wait, 4 firsts for just Mikal?
Yeah.
For what team?
What?
They didn't say. They said it was an anonymous team.
That's wild.
I know.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bridget, he's good. Yeah, I don't think he's worth.
Yes, he is. I think he's worth all that.
4 firsts?
Well, I don't know about 4, but I'd say 3.
4 sure. Unprotected, maybe conditional.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, not like Kevin Durant unprotected.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spin the wheel of our names, and first person that gets it can do their winners and losers. We'll probably have some same ones.
Me.
All right. I just spun. Sam.
All right, so I think I know what both of you are gonna pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick the Lakers. I mean, they got depth, which is something they needed. They got a little bit of a shooter, like in Malik Beasley. He can shoot a little bit, and moving on from that Russ contract, I think is a big W. And D'Lo's a really good point guard. You got a point guard that can finally shoot and get buckets instead of just grabbing every rebound. You got to trust the other guys. And yeah, I just think the Lakers had a good trade deadline, and I think they finally put themselves in a position to go back to the playoffs.
Lovely. Losers or loser?
Loser. I'm trying to think because there's not like a team I could like just point to and say like, yep, they lost the trade deadline.
I got one. I mean,
Clippers maybe. I don't know.
I
No,
kind
not
of liked
the
the moves. Eric Gordon.
They had a great. They got Mason Plumlee. They got
Plumlee too.
Eric
We didn't even mention
Gordon.
that. Huh. I mean,
like,
any team not involved that should have made a deal. I mean, the Heat, right?
yeah,
So-
I'd say the Heat. No, the Bulls actually. I'd say.
Yeah.
'Cause the
You
Bulls
fucking
needed-
bitch!
Took
You
both
stole
of Luke's.
both of mine.
You were gonna pick the Nets.
No, I was not. I was literally. I just told Dan Lakers and Bulls. Okay,
Got
I'll think of two.
him!
Okay.
I'll think of two new ones.
Yeah,
It's
I
okay.
think
Bulls,
Sam.
they should've made
Those
deal.
are very original. So
I-
he's just got an NBA brain.
I wasn't thinking like, because I was assuming you were gonna choose the Nets for your winners.
I was gonna
So
pick the
I was
Lakers,
just
buddy.
like,
I guess
Okay.
that was kind of our fault for Todd.
Well, I'll think of two new ones. Dan, why
Okay.
don't you go right now?
My winners are the Brooklyn Nets. I was actually gonna say the Suns, but after again, I put on my notes tab just like all their picks. They got this all in one trade deadline, like pretty much, which is insane. So, getting 3 or 4 unprotected Dinwiddie, Finney Smith, freaking everything they got back in the KD trade, every player they got back in the KD trade, McCall Bridges, Cam Johnson. They actually Jay Crowder, who they then dumped instantly to the Bucks for 5 seconds, which is also in this list. Like, I think they got a second in 2026, 2027, 2 in 2029. Like, this is great. I just think it's a great, shout out Tom Tricoli. He's not gonna, when he's 24, they'll be great. 25. My loser is the Toronto Raptors. When you have Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, Anunoby, and Gary Trent. I mean, obviously they were never going to trade Siakam. He is a great. I think they actually expressed that. He likes Toronto. He's his growth the past 3 years has been unbelievable.
They were going to trade him. They were going to.
No,
trade him.
they said GM came out and said they were never going to trade him.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, but Van Fleet and Anunoby were total like potential trade dumps, like salary dumps, and they didn't do anything. The only thing they did was get Jakob, who again, great player, but they're not set up to win the East. And I honestly thought they should just scrap everything, keep Siakam, see what you can do with those picks. With how strong these teams are, they're not getting far. So I digress. Luke.
Well, I couldn't think fast enough, but I'll just think of two off the dome right now. My original were the Los Angeles Lakers and the Chicago Bulls, as Sam talked about. For my winner, I'll go with the Phoenix Suns. As Dan mentioned, the Phoenix Suns, this is their year. This is their year to win it all. If they can stay healthy, then they have a really, really, really great shot. In terms of the future, they don't have much, but their exec, I think his name's James Johnson. I should know that. I think that is James Jones. Thank you.
He was
shit.
Are you canceling me?
I played walk-off
He was on
music.
the Cavs and the Heat with LeBron.
Yes,
won
I knew
every ring
that.
with him.
I knew that. So he said that.
Oh my God.
What are you talking? You fucking
I'm
bitch.
kidding, I'm kidding. I have
Anyways,
too much
You're
power.
being
He said he
silent.
doesn't. Anyways, he said he doesn't care about draft capital, as I was saying. Yeah. So thanks for fucking killing my train of thought. Anyway, the loser. I'll say
that was a
Miami
low
Heat.
blow. I'm sorry.
They didn't do like anything except for trade
Yeah.
Dwayne Dedman. They are mid, and
They're
they
so
will continue to be mid.
Dude. What happened to the
Other losers, the Portland Trailblazers, they didn't do much at all.
I didn't do shit.
They got
OKC didn't touch this.
Yeah.
OKC didn't touch this deadline at all. And
Yeah, they did. Darius Baisley.
oh well, okay. a little, and they didn't need to. So
The oldest player on their team isn't even 30. I think Kenrich Williams is 26.
Jesus. I'm trying to think what else. Sacramento didn't really do anything.
No. The Pelicans got Josh Richardson.
Yep. Celtics.
The Spurs got Devontae Graham. The Celtics got Mike Muscala. The Hornets, I don't even know what the fuck they got.
Who is them?
The Pacers didn't do much at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, we nailed that. I really think we covered everything important. So you know. Yeah. Oh, that's the first part of this double episode.
Got the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Let me get into that player that hot.
Actually, no, the Super Bowl's not tomorrow.
Well, what day is it even?
It's
February
Friday.
10th. I'm gonna try post this instantly. I'm gonna bring my laptop down while I make some food. Do you guys know what you're doing for dinner?
No idea.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I have chicken thighs.
I have no clue what I'm going to do. I didn't even think about it.
I don't even want to go. Like, Marketplace is far.
I had it yesterday and it was mid.
Yeah.
Anyways,
fries. I don't mean to shit on the school, but the Marketplace fries. I wish North End was closer. I'd go every day.
It will be next year. Anyway,
that
is all for today.
Final thoughts. Give us some motivation.
Fuck Dan. That will be my hashtag tomorrow. Will be fuck Dan for how dirty he just did me.
I like
tomorrow
Sam's.
we will have.
I prefer Sam's motivation.
Tomorrow we will try
get money.
And
watch the Super Bowl. Bet
Tom
your life.
And Ryan.
Tom and Ryan.
Tom and Ryan tomorrow.
Ryan has never made an appearance because we never post the episodes of Ryan's picks.
He's right here. He's right here.
Ryan.
Picks of Ryan.
That is what's coming up tomorrow. From Ryan Eager from Picks of Ryan.
My best friend in the entire world, Ryan Eager, will be joining us tomorrow for our show. If you see him in public, don't hand him a drink. Thank you.
A drink of water.
Yeah,
water.
Give him water.
Thomas
Tricoli,
a sad, depressed Nets fan until he's 24, will be here.
He's here in spirit. Tomorrow. He's here in spirit.
We're gambling tomorrow, but not really. Oh, there he is.
Name tag. Made an appearance.
Man, we just ran this ending into the ground. I was gonna say something too.
What an ending! This is an ending.
We'll have a logo by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, that's why
we'll have everything
logo.
Tomorrow.
We might have the logos posted tomorrow, which would be sick. Check the socials. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Comment what you think Ryan's favorite.
Oh my God.
Right, never mind.
Wait a minute. Turn the music off. Turn that music off.
Oh no! Wait.
Go back to the other view.
I'm trying. Hold on. Oh, that's just me. Is it like a trade?
So.
Hold on. Okay.
Gary Payton II has failed his physical, which means that the 4-team trade between the Golden State Warriors, Portland, Detroit, and Atlanta is in serious jeopardy, which means that James Wiseman hasn't been traded, Sadiq Bey hasn't been traded.
Oh, James Wiseman, start.
As of 1 minute ago.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I feel like all these teams are playing trade finder, and then like they're overriding the trade so that they get their picks back.
I'm putting the music back on. I can't even deal with this.
My league.
Wow.
That was Luke's trade buster. Trade buster. Luke Most destroys shams.
Wow.
Catch that clip on the TikTok.
Like, comment, subscribe, and comment.
Drop a follow button. Hit that like button. Subscribe.
Drop a follow
post
button.
Notifications on. Turn that little bell on.
Hit that follow button.
What?
All right.
I was gonna say, comment what you think Luke is having for dinner tonight.
And the answer is nothing.
That's not funny.
That's not
Eat
funny, dude.
something.
People will
That's
starve.
not funny. Eat something. You have the resources to eat. You should
And
do it.
we're
Take
done.
advantage of it.